North Star Athletic Association doubleheader.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from John Stella Field in Brown Park in Omaha, Nebraska. We bring you the second day of doubleheader action in the North Star Athletic Association as the visiting Mayville State University Comets take on the home team, the Bellevue University Bruins. In yesterday's doubleheader starter, it was the Bruins winning game number 1 by a score of 4-3. The Comets coming back to win game number 2 by a score of 4-2. So low-scoring contest compared to the previous weekend when the Bruins scored 20 or more runs in 3 of the 4 games against Presentation College. Let's see what today's action will take place before us as we get ready for game number 1 of this doubleheader on Senior Day. 7 of the Bellevue baseball players will be honored between games of today's doubleheader, along with friends and family, for their contributions to the Bellevue baseball program. All right, let's get into this one. For the Mayville State Comets, they are 17-19 overall on the season, 11-10 in the North Star Athletic Association. Here is the starting lineup for the Comets with their head coach, Scott Berry. Leading off for the Comets and playing third base, Marcus Hughes. Batting second and playing left field is Carson Lundmark. Batting third, the catcher, Alan LaRocque. The cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, Jared McCorrister. Batting fifth and playing center field, Cole Jessamine. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Ricky Marquez. The 7-hole hitter is the right fielder, Tyler Ferreira. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Anthony Villanueva. And batting ninth and playing first base, Adam Senden. On the mound this afternoon for game number 1 for the Comets will be Derek Palmier, a 1-win, 5-loss record on the season, a 7.57 earned run average. Head coach Dwayne Monlix and Comet head coach Scott Berry talking with the 2-man umpiring crew, going over the ground rules at John Stella Field at Brown Park. While they do that, let's give you the starting lineup for the home team, the Bellevue University Bruins. On the season, the Bruins, the number 5 rated team in the NSAA Coaches Top 25 poll. The Bruins are 36 wins against 7 losses, 20 wins and 2 losses in the North Star Athletic Association. Here is head coach Dwayne Monlix starting lineup for game number 1. Leading off and playing center field, Kanta Kobayashi. Batting second, the designated hitter, Connor Barnett. Batting third and playing left field, Jake Lacey. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Logan Grant. Batting fifth and playing third base, Nick Grade. Batting sixth and playing right field, Anthony Lind. Batting seventh and playing first base, Mathieu Sirois. Batting eighth and playing second base is Drew Staley. And batting ninth, the shortstop, C.J. Townsend. On the mound for the Bruins in game number 1 of the doubleheader today, Easton Britton. Britton 5 wins and 1 loss on the season, a 5.07 earned run average. A day very similar to what we had yesterday in the Omaha area. Temperature right now at 40 degrees. Wind out of the northwest at about 15 miles per hour. Cloudy, overcast skies. So cloudy, cool, and windy. Not exactly the best conditions for playing baseball, but we'll get today's doubleheader in. There is a small chance of some potential showers or flurries. We had a couple of flurries in the early morning hours, but nothing that stuck to the ground. So baseball action getting underway in just a few moments as the Comets lineup is introduced by public address announcer Ray Quinn on hand today, doing the duties behind the mic. You'll hear his voice in the background of today's contest. Expect a high temperature today, about 49 degrees, so it's going to be cool all day long. John Stella Field at Brown Park sits in kind of a natural bowl, protected on 3 of the 4 sides. The wind out of the northwest today means it's blowing from left to right. So balls hit by left-handed hitters on the pull side, that's going to have a little extra carry. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to get something out on the left field side for right-handed hitters.
Kobayashi. Batting second, designated hitter number 12.
Kanta Kobayashi just being introduced by Ray Quinn, and congratulations to Kanta. He was named the North Star Athletic Association Player of the Week for his efforts last week against Presentation College. The returning NAIA All-American and his teammates now take the field and we will be underway in just a moment or two. Field dimensions at John Stella Field, 325 down the lines, about 380 to straightaway center field, about 360 to the power alleys.
Number 28, it's Easton Britton. The Bruins are coached by Dwayne Monlux in his lucky 13th season. He's assisted by Mitch Smith, Sean Malley, Richie Moore, and Austin Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you.
Time now for our national anthem.
Cover as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Preliminaries are concluded, and it's time now to play ball. The Bellevue Bruins taking on the Mayville State Comets in North Star Athletic Association baseball action. Glad you're with us today. As usual, we invite you to be part of our broadcast. If you'd like to send along a text message, my number is 402-515-7654. We'll give that number to you a couple times during the course of the game. We heard from about 24 different folks yesterday. We invite Bellevue fans and Mayville fans to join us on the broadcast today. Let us know where you are, who you are, information you want us to pass along, and within reason, I'll do my best to get those on the air. To the mound for the Bruins goes right-hander Easton Britton. He'll be working with Logan Grant behind the plate as the battery for the Bruins today. For Easton, this is his 13th appearance on the season, the 11th time he's appeared in a starting role, a 5-win, 1-loss record. Easton has thrown 49 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed about a hit per inning. He's allowed 28 earned runs, has walked 24, struck out 49, so a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio there, a 5.07 earned run average. Setting the defense for the Bruins across the infield, Mathieu Serrois is at first, Drew Staley is at second, C.J. Townsend is the shortstop, and the third baseman is Nick Grade. Across the outfield, Jake Lacey in left, Kanta Kobayashi in center, and the right fielder is Anthony Lynn. We've talked about Brinton and Grant, the battery for the Bruins. Stepping up to the plate to lead it off for the Mayville State Comets is the third baseman, Marcus Hughes. Mayville State wearing their royal blue jerseys with pinstriped pants. Bellevue in their black jerseys with gray pants. Here we go, the first pitch of the game, a fastball right down the heart of the plate for a called strike one. Marcus Hughes, a 304 average on the season. That's second best on the team. 1-1 now the count as that pitch is low. Hughes leads the team in stolen bases and runs scored. So a good speed guy at the top of the order for Scott Berry's squad out of Mayville, North Dakota. Breaking ball misses up and in, 2-1. Temperature 41 degrees at game time. Wind out of the northwest, steady at 15. We'll get occasional gusts higher than that into the upper 20s. As a 2-1 pitch hit in the air to center field. Wind pushing it to the right side. Kanta Kobayashi cannot get there in time. It's a leadoff single for Marcus Hughes. And the Comets have their leadoff man on. You could see coming off the bat, tailing away from Kanta, partially due to the wind, partially that's the way the ball's going to carry off the bat of a right-handed batter. Batting second for the Comets is the left fielder, Carson Lundmark. Lundmark, 259 on the year. Carson leads the teams in walks and home runs. 4 home runs on the year, so not a ton of power for the Comets on the season. Strike called, 1-1 to count. Marcus Hughes had a home run yesterday in game number 1 for the Comets. Just below the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. And you can tell it's a little bit chilly when the home plate umpire has his gloves on. Base umpire does as well. Throw over to first base. Hughes back easily. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, throw to second base, going to be offline. It'll be a stolen base for Marcus Hughes. He had that one easily, a good jump and an offline throw. Lundmark now with 5 stolen bases on the year. Or excuse me, that's Hughes with the stolen base. 16 stolen bases on the year, which is tops on the team. Got to find the right category on my stat sheet. That one's hit hard down the right field line, but it's well foul out of play. Full count on Carson Lundmark. Usual crew of knuckleheads up here in the press box today, so enjoying a little bit warmer situation here with the space heater behind us. Space heaters in both dugouts, however, today, so trying to keep the guys warm. That pitch off the outside corner. So the first 2-man reach for the Comets. Next up, the catcher, Alan LaRocque. LaRocque is the guy that leads the team in all kinds of statistical categories on offense. A .346 batting average, a .423 on-base percentage, and a .570 slugging percentage. That's all tops on the Comet squad. Also leads the team in runs batted in with 25 on the season. RBI situation here if he can get a base hit. Kind of an excuse-me check swing, fouled back to the net. That may have gotten a little piece of Logan Grant. Logan, the very agile catcher for the Bellevue Bruins. As we mentioned earlier in the year, used to be a hockey goalie as well.
That's big time. You've yet to make it out for us.
Those two positions very similar in their approach to blocking baseballs and pucks. Off-speed pitch, fouled against the front screen of the Mayville State dugout up the third base line. Scott Berry, the head coach of Mayville State, now in his 42nd year leading the program. His assistant coaches are Billy Tomlin, who handles the pitching duties, and Ashton Roy. Mayville, North Dakota, in the eastern part of the state, east central part, just a little bit to the north of Fargo, if you're familiar with your North Dakota geography. From the set position, here's the pitch, chopped on the ground to third. Grade steps on the bag, goes to second for a double play. An unconventional double play. The Bruins kick down the 2 lead runners, so LaRocque will reach on a fielder's choice, but Hughes is out on the unassisted play at third. Carson Lundmark out at second on the 5-4 throw there. Checking into the game for the Comets, courtesy runner for the catcher, number 12, Josh Majors, will once again be the courtesy runner. So the Bruins defense getting the job done in that situation. Bellevue, a great defense on the season. Last year was great, leading the nation at a .980 fielding percentage. The Bruins just right behind that this year at a .976 mark. The next batter, designated hitter Jared McCorster. McCorster hitting .293 on the year. 1 on, 2 out in the top of the first inning. Throw over to first base. Majors, the courtesy runner, back easily. This is the 37th game of the year for Mayville State. Again, the throw to first base. For the Bellevue Bruins, the 44th game. Bellevue averaging 10 runs per game on the season, although they were held in check yesterday to only a total of 6 runs in the doubleheader. Mayville State averaging 5.2 runs per game on the season. Hit in the air to left center field. Jake Lacey giving chase. Will he get there? He does with 1 foot on the warning track. Jake Lacey tracked that one down. Off the bat of McCorster, it was slicing back towards his way to make it a little bit easier, but a long distance traveled into the glove of Jake Lacey for the Comets in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. After a half, it's the Comets nothing, and the Bellevue Bruins coming to bat. So Easton Britton works out of some trouble early on. Again, a reminder, it's senior day for the Bellevue Bruins. 7 seniors will be honored in between the games of today's doubleheader. Those 7 are Drew Staley, Nathan Springer, Connor Barnett, Alex Salicio, Kanta Kobayashi, Cade Sakamoto, and Nate Smith. Many of them having family members in town this weekend to join in the fun. They'll be introduced in between games of the doubleheader. Let's set the defense for the Mayville State Comets as the Bruins come up to bat for the first time. Adam Senden is the first baseman. Ricky Marquez is at second. The shortstop is Anthony Villanueva, and the third baseman is Marcus Hughes. In the outfield, it's Carson Lundmark in left, Cole Jessamine in center, and Tyler Ferreira in right. The battery for the Comets behind the plate is Alan LaRocque, and on the mound is Derek Palmiere.
They misled us with how
Palmiere, a junior right-hander. This is his 10th appearance, 9 of them as a starting pitcher, a 1-win, 5-loss record. Palmiere has thrown 27 1/3 innings on the season. He's allowed 38 hits, 23 earned runs, has walked 16 and struck out 20, a 7.57 earned run average.
I'm thinking, where's that business when I was young?
Well, there's the defense for the Comets as the Bruins offense tries to generate a little something more than they did yesterday. Bruins with 8 hits in game number 1, only 5 hits in game number 2. Here's Kanta Kobayashi leading things off for the home team. Kanta looks at the first pitch for a called strike on the outer half. Kanta leads the team in batting average with a .412 mark, the only Bellevue Bruin currently over the .400 mark. There's a couple other guys that are pretty close. Kanta, comebacker up the middle. The shortstop, Villanueva, handles it. The quick throw across the diamond to retire Kanta Kobayashi. Anthony Villanueva on the play. We saw some nice defensive plays by both squads in yesterday's doubleheader. Batting second for the Bruins is Connor Barnett, the designated hitter. Both Kanta and Connor will be recognized on senior day. First pitch swinging into the hole. Hughes with the gloved hand sliding stop across the diamond. So back-to-back plays by the left side of the Mayville State infield. Nice play there by Marcus Hughes to retire Connor Barnett.
Left fielder, number 21.
Next up for the Bruins is left fielder Jake Lacey. Lacey, 357 on the season. Jake, the team leader in runs batted in with 61. Jake is tied with Kanta, the team lead in doubles. John Stella Field, a home run hitter's kind of a park when the wind's not blowing out of the north or northwest. Also a good doubles park into the alleys, fouled away. Jake settles back into the right-handed batter's box as Palmiere, overhand breaking ball, stays up. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Lacey, the 3-hole hitter for most of the season for the Bruins. Jake has played in all but 1 of the Bellevue games to this point. Lets that one go by. Now 3-1 the count.
2 outs.
Bill Mullins beside me once again today. Giving me information. That one's hit to right center field. Right fielder charging, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. That's Tyler Ferreira on the grab. So 3 up, 3 down for the Bruin hitters in the bottom half of the first inning. 1 complete. We're still scoreless. Bellevue Bruins and Mayville State Comets. Be sure to stick around. At the end of game number 1, we will have our ceremony recognizing the 7 seniors and their families for their efforts on behalf of Bellevue Baseball. So keep it right here. We'll take a little break after that and then conclude today's activities with game number 2 of the doubleheader. And as usual, our first text message in the queue, we got some hubbas. Senior Sakamoto hubbas, go Bruins. That's from Cade Sakamoto's dad. He's our hubba man all season long. We're glad you're with us again today in person and online as well. Again, if you want to join us online today, send me a text message, 402-515-7654. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone again today. Bill Mullins next to me doing the live stats and providing me with pertinent information. Ray Quinn, the PA guy, and a hearty crew of Bellevue players working the scoreboard and staying warm up here in the press box.
Top of the second, and leading out for the Comets, batting in that cleanup.
Top of the second inning gets underway with center fielder Cole Jessamine. Jessamine, a .293 hitter on the season, coming into today's action.
Center fielder number 38, Cole.
Same batting average as Jared McCorster, .293. Swinging, but got ahead of that one. Line foul up the left field line. 0-2 the count on Jessamine. Jessamine had 1 hit in yesterday's doubleheader. That pitch just a little bit low. Logan Grant holding it there so the umpire could take an extra long look at it.
Talk that into buying food at baseball. Long overdue.
Britton working exclusively from the stretch. Bounces that one up there off the chest protector of Logan Grant.
I don't really know why. Probably because it's what it is.
Wonder how many times Logan has been hit in the chest protector, blocking up breaking balls in the dirt or short fastballs. I know he doesn't keep track of that, but he's done a great job all season long. Fouled again, this over the top of the dugout up the third base side.
Take credit or you just take bets? I'll do both. That's because I'm here. They're going to win.
41 degrees was our temperature at game time. This hit in the air to left field. Jake Lacey coming in. And now he'll stop and make the catch. Back-to-back putouts in left field by Jake Lacey, the last one to end the first inning on the run. That time he got a little easier opportunity to make the play. Next up for the Comets, second baseman Ricky Marquez.
Number 5, Ricky Marquez.
Marquez, .296 on the season. Steps in with an open batting stance. First pitch by Easton Britton, called strike 1. Marquez with a base hit in each of the 2 contests yesterday. Behind 0-2 right now. The royal blue of the Mayville jerseys, a sharp contrast to the green and brown of the field turf field at John Stella Field. 2-1 the count. 1-2 the count. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner, evens up the count at 2-2. Digital scoreboard there. Britton working from the first base side of the pitcher's rubber, delivers one, hit on the ground to second base. Drew Staley looks it in, and across for the second out of the game, of the inning, excuse me. So 1 fly ball, 1 ground ball. If there's perfect symmetry in the inning, the next man will be a strikeout. Oh well. Here's Tyler Ferreira. Nothing against Tyler, but just making a point. A stupid point nonetheless. Ferreira, .213 hitter on the year. That one gets away from Grant, and hopefully Logan's okay. As awkward landing, trying to get out there to the pitch way in the left-handed batter's box. Logan, quite the Ironman. We've seen him catch both ends of doubleheaders quite frequently on this season. There's a strike call, 1-1 the count on Ferreira. Tyler made a couple of nice defensive plays in action yesterday, denying the Bruins a couple of opportunities. One on a sliding, diving catch coming forward. The other one at a catch as he caught it and crashed into the fence deep in right field. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Britton. Took a little something off that one. Got Ferreira ahead, now 2-2 the count. Easton Britton for the Bruins. The junior out of Murray, Utah, 6'1", slow roller up the left side. Here's Grade on the charge, the throw, and the out at first. Mathieu Serrois with a nice stretch to pull that one in. So a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top of the second inning. After an inning and a half, Bellevue nothing and Mayville State nothing. Coming into this weekend's action, Bellevue and Dakota State were tied atop the North Star Athletic Association leaderboard with identical 19-1 records. Bellevue with the doubleheader split yesterday, now 20-2. Dakota State and Valley City State will begin their weekend series tomorrow. They'll do Sunday, Monday, so the Bruins temporarily in second place, awaiting the outcome of that. These Mayville State Comets are currently 11-10 in conference play, which puts them in either third or fourth place, right alongside Waldorf. Everyone else in conference, Dickinson, Valley, Viterbo, and Presentation below 500 in conference action this year. One more text in the queue. Shout out to the broadcast. Let's go, Ricky, watching all the way from Oakland. And they say, go Comets. So one Bruin and one Comet text so far in the queue today. As back to the mound goes Derek Palmiere. Shut down the Bruins in order in the first. He's trying to do the same in the second. Bruin batters, here's the statement of the obvious, try not to do the same. Logan Grant, Nick Grade, and Anthony Lynn will be the first three Bruin batters in the second inning. All right, here comes catcher Logan Grant stepping to the plate, the left-handed batter.
Leading out for the Bruins here.
A great first year in the Bellevue program. Logan hitting .395 and 52 runs batted in. First pitch swinging, fouls it off his foot. So just, he doesn't get beat up enough being the catcher. He's going to get hurt as a batter as well. Several of the players today wearing the gaiters up around their neck and lower jaw. Pitcher Palmiere is. Grant is as well. That pitch in the zone now 0-2. So a battle of the Gators. Palmiere versus Grant. Which one's going to win this battle? Down low, 1-2. Center fielder Cole Jessamine pulling Grant way to pole, almost next to the scoreboard out there in deep center field. Mayville outfielders playing very deep. Just a couple of strides off the warning track. 2-2 now the count as that changeup misses away.
I probably should have.
Chopped on the ground is short. Villanueva on the backhanded stab. Throw across the diamond. Picked out at first by Adam Senden. 6-3 on the play. Next up for Bellevue, third baseman Nick Grade. Grade .361 on the year. Also in his first year with the Bruin program. Breaking ball in the zone, called strike one. United States flag blowing gently on the flagpole out in center field. Wind blowing left to right. That was hit in the air to shallow center field. Jessamine coming in, calls off the second baseman, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. So thus far, Bruins have been 5 up and 5 down. Let's see what right fielder Anthony Lind can do as he steps into the batter's box for the home team. Good to see Anthony back in the lineup after a couple of week absence, injured in a collision at first base. First pitch swinging, fouled against the netting. Hey, nice job by Austin Alexander playing that carom off the fence. Austin in the first base coaching box. Line just over Austin's head. Yeah, don't try to grab that one. That'll take your hand off. Now 0-2 the count on Anthony. Dwayne Monlux in his 13th season leading the Bellevue program. Associate head coach is Mitch Schmidt, 17 years here. Pitching coach Sean Malley, 16 years. That one hitting the air to right field. Ferreira comes in, and Tyler will make the catch. So 3 up, 3 down in back-to-back innings for the Bruins batters.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
After 2 complete, we're still looking for our first run of the afternoon. Bruins and Comets are scoreless. Finishing that coaching thread, besides pitching coach Sean Malley in his 16th year, assistant coach Richie Moore is in his 13th season, and the aforementioned Austin Alexander in his 3rd year with the Bruins. Let's go, Bruins. Let's get the bats rolling from the Townsends in the first base side stands. You guys should come out of the press box and join us. It's toasty out here. I think you're lying. Met CJ's parents yesterday, coming out here today. CJ, not one of the seniors, but good to have them come in for Oregon for this weekend's set of games. Chilly games, but games nonetheless. We're glad you guys are here. And once again, if you want to join us, whether you're here in person or if you're listening online somewhere else, 402-515-7654 is my number to send along a text message. Can't take any phone calls. Somebody was trying to get through on the phone the other day. I can't do that because I've got the headset on. And anyway, text messages only, please. Top of the 3rd inning in this first game of the doubleheader, the scheduled 9-inning contest. It'll be the 8-9-1 part of the order for the Comets. Here's the shortstop, Anthony Villanueva. Villanueva, .214, his average on the season. First pitch from Easton Britton as he's back to the mound, low, ball 1. Easton will be one of those guys who works exclusively from the stretch. Behind in the count now, 2-0. There's a nicely located fastball, outer half. Awaiting the 2-1 pitch. On the outside corner, count evens up at 2-2.
Overall, it's actually pretty good.
3rd inning.
We're just plugging along.
Swung on and missed, short hopped. Caught by Logan Grant, he'll apply the tag. And the first strikeout of the game for Easton Britton retires Anthony Villanueva. Next up for the Comets, first baseman Adam Senden.
Batting ninth, first baseman, number 44, Adam Senden.
Takes the first pitch, ball 1 call. Senden has the distinction of being the tallest guy on the Mayville roster at 6'6", out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Down low, 2-0. University of Winnipeg used to have a baseball program that was an adjunct member of the North Star Athletic Association for a couple of years. There's a nice fastball down the heart of the plate, 2-1 the count.
I believe they folded after the 2018 season.
Bill tells me they folded the program after the 2018 season. Strike 2 as Britton battling back once again. Senden hitting on the 9-hole, had a couple of knocks yesterday. Fouled that one up past head coach Scott Berry. Senden just under the Mendoza line, hitting 198.
Then they show up on campus. Who the hell are you?
The 2-2 pitch, chopped down to third base. Nick Grade on the second hop. On the money across the diamond, 5-3 for the second out of the inning. First time through the order complete. Rolling it back to the top, here's Marcus Hughes for his second time through the order. He's the only guy that's collected a hit thus far, a leadoff single to center field.
Back to top of the lineup, third baseman, number 3, Marcus Hughes.
Breaking ball for a called strike one. Good start for Brinton. Trying to work the inside corner, just a little bit off. In the NSAA coaches preseason baseball poll, the Bruins were picked to finish in first place. Mayville State predicted to finish in 5th on the season. That one's chopped fouled. Again, Scott Berry getting out of the way of some ground balls headed his way. One ball, 2 strikes to count. A little chopper. Brinton comes off the mound to make the backhanded stab, fires a strike over to Sorwa at first base. 1-3 on the putout. Second consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Easton Brinton. As we head to the bottom of the third, still looking for our first run of the afternoon. Bruins and Comets are scoreless. Bellevue will finish up its first time through the order in the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Surwa, Staley, and Townsend, the first 3 hitters, to face starter Derek Palmiere.
That's what I got. Nobody reaches the team track of the orders.
All right, another text message just in the queue. 2 of them, in fact. Go Comets! Braxton Greenberg's dad in Hartselle, Alberta, I believe, or Hartselle, Alabama. I'm not quite sure. They're both ALs. We'll have to check that one out, but glad you're with us today. Go Bruins! Go Bruins again. Let the bats resonate. Ooh, good word, resonate. I like that. See you near the press box next weekend. Thanks again for the broadcast. And a couple of nice okay emojis and thumbs up emojis, hoping the Bruins get some runs on the board from the Mathieu Sirois family up in Quebec City. And speaking of Mathieu Sirois, he will lead things off in the bottom of the third inning. Still looking for our first run of the game. These 2 teams played a relatively low-scoring game in yesterday's doubleheader. Bruins winning the opener 4-3. Comets winning the nightcap 4-2. Breaking ball for a called strike on Sirois. Mathieu hitting .369 on the outside black for the called strike 2. Mathieu was up near the 400 mark last weekend. Has dropped a couple of points since then. Would like to get things started off on the right way in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now 1-2 the count. Palmiere looks in. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. The strikeout, the first of the game for Derek Palmiere. Both starting pitchers now with 1 K in the books. Next up for Bellevue, second baseman Drew Staley. Drew, one of those 7 seniors, will be honored today on Senior Day. Slider off the edge, ball 1 count. There's a located ball in the outer half for the called strike. Palmiere looks in, gets the signal from his catcher, LaRock. A little chopper out to short. The charge by Villanueva. His throw on the money. 6-3 on that play. So shortstop Anthony Villanueva, a busy guy in the early going. He's had an assist in each of the first 3 innings today. And the Bruins will finish off their first time through the order. Here's the shortstop, C.J. Townsend. At the top of the strike zone, called strike one. Fouled out of play, right side. 0-2 the count on C.J. C.J. hitting 227 on the year, the only Bruin not above the 300 clip in the starting lineup. Grounds that one foul past head coach Dwayne Mondlux.
I mean, I was shocked. Yeah. I was just like, because you never see that stuff coming. Me and another really guy who didn't do anything either. But then we start finding out all the guys.
1-2 now the count is C.J. showing a good eye there, laying off that one.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Pitch stays inside, 2-2.
He was going to do him a two-run at the dugout there.
Yeah, it was close to a strike.
Yeah, now hit it home run. Yeah, from my view, it was way.
C.J. back in, awaiting the offering from Derek Palmiere.
Your umpire seemed to be giving that pitch.
Popped up. Will it get out of play or stay in play? It'll stay in play. Marcus Hughes, the third baseman, playing the wind. He'll make the catch in foul territory to retire this sign. So first time through the order, unproductive for the Bruins as they go down 3 up, 3 down in each of the first 3 innings. 3 innings in the book, and we're still looking for our first run of the day. Bruins and Comets locked up in a scoreless, cloudy, cool, windy day at John Stella Field in Omaha. Back to the mound goes Easton Britton for the Bruins.
A couple former Bruins walking in the park.
Yeah, I've seen several Bruin alumni or alumna. Alumni is plural. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll skip the Latin lesson now. But guys who used to play at Bellevue, a lot of them in the park today. I was talking to Riley Bosch walking in as well. So we'll try to see if we can get some more names of guys coming in. Easton Britton back to the mound. Last year, as a sophomore, Britton appeared in 8 games in relief for the Bruins. He pitched 15 2/3 innings at a 1-0 record and a 3.45 earned run average. So a little over a strikeout per inning last year for Easton as he's getting set to go here in the 4th. Easton started his college career at Mesa Community College in Mesa, Arizona. Played 2 years there. He was an NJCAA Academic All-American back in 2020 and helped Mesa Community College to the 2019 Junior College World Series. He'll be facing Carson Lundmark to lead things off in the top of the 4th inning. Hit in the air to center field, Kanta Kobayashi able to track that one down. 1 pitch, 1 out. Efficient with the pitches is Easton Britton to start this inning. Next up, the catcher, Alan LaRock.
Now batting for the Comets, the catcher, number 10, Alan LaRock.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. How'd you like your martini? Check it out. Start.
All these guys are dying now. They used to do both.
Swinging on the breaking ball, strike 1 as it gets past Logan. Britton comes set and delivers. A little bit too tight.
Big bourbon. Jim Hopkins likes bourbon too. Yeah. We've had some chinky. Yes. We had one last Saturday.
Line up, right back through the box. Nice job by LaRock, keeping his hands back, waiting for the break. And he singles it right back where it came from. So LaRock reached on a fielder's choice his first time, a single this time, and once again popping out of the dugout. Josh Majors will step in and courtesy run. 1 on, 1 out for designated hitter Jared McCorrister.
Courtesy runner, number 12.
McCorrister hit it well his first time up to deep left center field. Jake Lacey able to run that one down. First pitch swinging, foul tipped, at the plate. So Britton working ahead on most of the hitters he has faced. Second time through the order for the Comets against Britton. Nicely located fastball, low and on the outer half. Now 0-2.
That was the idea. It doesn't always work.
Bruins double play depth up the middle with Staley and Townsend. Just off the outside edge. Now 1-2.
Umpire disagrees. And really, it's his opinion that matters.
Umpire's been very consistent with his strike zone, not as wide as the one we saw in the first game yesterday. Nice block up there by Grant, sliding to his right side.
Yeah, I like that rule.
Count goes to 2-2. Majors, the runner at first, the courtesy runner. Tries to check his swing. The throw back to first base is not in time. And now they'll appeal on the check swing. They say no swing. McCorster able to hold up. So 3-2 count here. Let's see if the runner might be in motion, trying to stay out of the double play. Runner holds, pitch on its way, chopped into the hole. Staley goes deep into right field to make the play. Nice range out there by Drew Staley to retire Jared McCorster. Alan LaRocque's courtesy runner Josh Major is able to get down to second on the play. So nice range to his glove hand side by the Bruins second baseman. A runner in scoring position for center fielder Cole Jessamine. Breaking ball on the first pitch from Easton Britton. That's a called strike. Nice job of mixing up his pitches and location thus far in the early part. Easton has only allowed 2 hits. Comets have had runners in scoring position in the first and now here in the fourth. Nick Grade makes the play across the diamond. Mathieu Serrois has to get out of the way of Jessamine hustling down the line. 5-3 on that play. No runs on 1 hit. There are no errors and 1 man left on base after 3.5. The Bruins and the Comets still locked up at 0. Thanks, Mick, for the broadcast. You really keep things interesting. Well, thank you. Go Adam and the Comets from Mom and Dad in chilly Winnipeg. Oh, I can't imagine what the temperature is there. Probably we'll speculate in the 20s there. How's that? 41 degrees at game time here in Omaha. A very chilly day. Last weekend against Presentation, we were about 20 degrees above normal in the 80s. This week, we're 20 degrees below normal in the low 40s. Weather's supposed to pick up a little bit next week, so 36 in Winnipeg. Bill, handy with the phone.
Although they probably use Celsius, so it might be warm.
Conversion rate between Fahrenheit and Celsius there. Thanks for joining us on the Bellevue Sports Network today. There's really no such thing as something I just made up, but it sounds good, so.
We might establish one with a new facility, but we don't need to say that yet.
All right. I get copyright rights, royalties. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. All right, Bruins, second time through the order against starter Derek Palmier. Conte Kobayashi will lead things off. 8 of the 9 Bruin batters the first time through made contact, only 1 strikeout, but nobody reached base. Let's see if the Bruins can get something going in the bottom of the 4th inning. Breaking ball. Kobayashi lays off that, skips past LaRocque to the screen. High temperature today expected to be 48 degrees. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Kobayashi. Comes up empty, and that swing as well. Conta's got one of the most decorated careers in Bellevue baseball history in his 2 years here. He was a returning second-team All-American from last year, a preseason All-American this year, now in 2-2. Conta comes into this weekend as a career .425 hitter with an on-base percentage over 1.111111. Here's a 2-2 offering. Count goes to full.
OPS is on base plus slugging.
So the OPS on base plus slugging. So you're over one. You're doing a great job as he'll draw the leadoff walk, and the Bruins have their first base runner of the afternoon in the person of Kanta Kobayashi. A good start for the bottom of the fourth for the home team as Connor Barnett steps up. Connor, the DH. Connor also one of the guys that'll be honored later today. Breaking ball misses away. Connor started his college career at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and after a redshirt year there, transferred over to Bellevue, and he's made a significant contribution, a .374 lifetime hitter as a Bellevue Bruin. Kobayashi goes, the throw to second base is on time and on the money. Nice release, quick release by Alan LaRocque. 2-4 on that play to retire Kobayashi on the caught stealing. That's only the fourth time in 17 attempts that Conta has been caught stealing. But a high fastball, easy pitch to catch and throw. And the Bruins now with one out, nobody on. There's a called strike on the outer half. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Barnett.
1 out.
Connor has wedding plans coming up this fall. Chopper Senden has to play the high hop up near his shoulders at 6'6", though he's already up there in the air, so 3 unassisted on the play. Here's left fielder Jake Lacey.
Jake Lacey.
Overhand breaking ball, swing and a miss. Lacey, a sophomore in eligibility, first year in the Bellevue program, the native of Gillette, Wyoming. Lays off that breaking ball, it misses wide. Palmier looks in and delivers. Another breaking ball, again low and away. 2-1 count for Lacey.
Good question. I was otherwise engaged.
Lacey with 11 home runs on the year. Tardy on that swing. Now 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pretty much everything else on the scoreboard zeros through the first 3.5 innings. Fastball misses off the outside edge. The count goes full. Let's see what Lacey can do here. Be a base runner or retire the side. Palmier, the wind and the pitch. Flared down the right field side. It's going to tail foul over near the Bellevue dugout. Tyler Ferreira, the right fielder, giving chase, but nowhere near being able to make a catch on that one. Again, we commented earlier, and I think we mentioned yesterday as well, the Mayville State outfielders playing very deep. Just a couple of strides off the warning track. 3-2. There's the first hit of the afternoon for the Bruins as Jake Lacey laces a single to left field. A 2-out base runner for the Bruins. That'll bring to the plate catcher Logan Grant.
Heading next for the Bruins to clean up batter, the catcher number 10, Logan Grant.
Grant awaits the first pitch from Palmier. It's up and away. Logan had an RBI in game number 1 yesterday. Went 0 for 3 in the second game. 2-0, both of them upstairs. Grant at 395, so he's real close to that 400 mark. Throw over to first base. Coming back from the Florida trip, Grant has raised his batting average about 40 points up to that 395 mark. Showed bunt, pulled it back. Now a 3-0 count. Let's see if Logan has the green light. He might. Wind blowing toward that right field corner. If he can get one up in the air, it'll have a little extra boost. Taken all the way, it's upstairs, so the Bruins pick up a hit and a walk. Lacey will advance to second, and the batter will be third baseman Nick Grade.
Number 31, Nick Grade.
Grade flew out to center his first time up. Courtesy runner for the Bruins for Logan Grant, the catcher, Takumi Maeno. Takumi has done that courtesy running job quite frequently for the Bruins. So the Bruins, their first time with a runner in scoring position. A breaking ball called strike one. Good movement on that curve from Derek Palmiere. Nick with 47 runs batted in on the season. This would be a good time to pick up number 48, give the Bruins a lead. This breaking ball stays inside. In yesterday's doubleheader, the team that scored first was the team that eventually won the contest in the split of the doubleheader. Breaking ball hits him in the head, in the helmet. A glancing blow on the breaking ball. You never want to get hit in the head, but if you are going to get hit in the head, you want to take one off the side on a curveball. So the first hit by pitch of the game, that'll advance Lacey to third, Maeno to second, and right fielder Anthony Lind. Are we going to go to the bullpen here? The assistant coach out to the mound to talk with his starting pitcher. That is Billy Tomlin. And we will have a call to the bullpen here early. So Derek Palmiere was cruising along through the first 3 innings, runs into trouble here and gets the hook. As coming into the game, Caden Schwer. Number 41, Caden Schwer, the new pitcher. Also an outfielder, the sophomore from Bismarck, North Dakota. No, 14, I'm sorry, 14, not 41. Suddenly I'm getting dyslexic. So 14, Gunnar Thompson in relief. He's a sophomore from Billings, Montana.
Gunnar Thompson.
What's his stats, Phil? I don't have them, but I can probably find them. Sorry.
You're good. All right, Gunnar Thompson, the sophomore right-hander coming in. A 1-win, no-loss record in 26 innings of work. 14 innings of work, sorry. He's given up 16 hits, allowed 11 earned runs, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts, a 6.75 earned run average. Gunnar Thompson coming in to pitch in relief of Derek Palmiere. The 3 base runners are the responsibility of Palmiere if they should score.
If you give up runs, okay, fine. Give me a chance to get out of it.
So the Bellevue Bruins with their first real offensive threat of the game. 2 outs but bases loaded. Brings in Gunnar Thompson from the bullpen.
No one's seen that many pitches that should be sitting on something.
All right, we are ready to go. As stepping in for the Bruins, Anthony Lind.
Did you say 41? I thought it was 14.
Lind, a 378 hitter on the season, was a very hot bat during the Florida trip. Earned Player of the Week honors after that. First pitch fastball on the outer black for a called strike one. Oh, Thompson, one of the few players on the field without benefit of a sweatshirt underneath his jersey. I'm in the press box, and I have on 3 layers, so looked like a knuckleball coming there. Foul out of play, 0-2 the count on Anthony. Thompson, 5'10", out of Billings, Montana. LaRock sets up off the outside edge of the plate. That's where the pitch goes. Lynn hits it hard down the right field side, but it's going to tail out of play. Anthony got a good piece of the barrel of the bat on that one, but just a fuzz tardy. The 3 base runners will return to their respective bags. Line hard into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run is in easily. Here comes the second. Here comes Takumi to the plate. The throw will not be made. It's cut off. And a big 2-out RBI. 2 RBI single by Anthony Lynn gets the Bruins a 2-0 lead. So Lacey scores from third. Mayeno scores from second. Grade stops at second. So first and second now for Mathieu Sirois. First hit of the game for the Bruins came off the bat of Jake Lacey, and the second hit off the bat of Anthony Lind. 2 runs on 2 hits in the inning. Breaking ball misses away. Thompson kind of a dart thrower with his delivery.
We got 2 hits. 2 hits for us.
Sirois waits ahead in the count. On the outer half, called strike 1. So Anthony Lind now with 16 runs batted in on the season. Oh, that's wrong. That's the Florida. Low and away. 35 batted in. Got the wrong stat sheet over here. The set at the belt. Sirois, a little chopper back up the middle. Villanueva will go the short route to second. A close play there, but just in time to retire Anthony Lynn. So the fielder's choice puts an end to the inning.
2 hits, no errors, 2 left.
2 runs on 2 hits for the Bruins. No errors and 2 men left on base. After 4 complete, the Bellevue Bruins 2, the Mayville State Comets nothing. All right, we've got some runs on the board. We mentioned yesterday that Mayville, North Dakota was under some flood warnings. We hope everything is improving up in that direction.
They've got a couple pitchers at the table.
Comets have not had a home game this spring, been on the road the entire time. In fact, most of the North Star Athletic Association has been affected by the extended weather conditions. In fact, Bellevue has played all 7 of their conference series here at home. They'd be the home team for 4 of those series and technically the away team for the other 3. 2-0 lead for the Bruins as we head to the top of the 5th. It'll be second baseman Ricky Marquez to lead things off.
Leading off for the Comets, second baseman, number 5, Ricky Marquez.
First pitch skewed off the top of the bat. Britton secures it in his glove. Underhand toss over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Once again, we've seen that happen in now 3 of the first 5 innings. Next to the plate is right fielder Tyler Ferreira. Grounded out his first time up today.
For the Comets, right fielder, number 37, Tyler Ferreira.
He's not wrong, but at this point in the year, I would have thought keeping your kids fresh would be a little more.
First pitch swinging in the air down the left side. Third baseman Nick Grade in foul territory will make the catch. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. Old school philosophy says if you get 2 outs on 2 pitches, the next man should take at least a couple of pitches to make the opposing pitcher work a little bit. Let's see what Anthony Villanueva, the shortstop, will do here. First pitch upstairs. Britton trying to get out of this inning with limited pitches. That one's just a little bit upstairs. It looked like Villanueva might have been taking on each of those first couple of pitches. That one just misses the top of the zone once again. So after retiring the first 2 guys on 2 pitches, now a 3-0 count on Villanueva. On the just off the inside corner. Oh, no love from the home plate umpire. That at bat for Easton Britton as Anthony Villanueva draws the walk. That's the second walk of the game allowed by Easton Britton. That'll bring to the plate the 9-hole hitter, first baseman Adam Senden. Bounce to the dirt. Nice play by Grant, sliding to his right. Third baseman Nick Grade, a busy man for the Bruins infield. He's had 4 assists and a putout so far today. That pitch up high. 2-0 the count on Senden.
66. Pretty efficient.
Chopped down the third base line. Nice backhanded pickup by Grade. His throw, Matu Serwa hangs the cleat on the front of the bag. So both times, Adam Senden has been retired on ground balls to third baseman Nick Grade. No runs on no hits. There were no errors. 1 man left on base. After 4 1/2, the Bellevue Bruins 2, the Mayville State Comets 0. All right, let's talk about some of the other guys who will be honored today as part of the Senior Day celebration. Nate Smith is in his 3rd season at Bellevue after joining the Bruins from Blue Mountain Community College. Nate's had a dozen appearances on the mound, has a 1-0 career record. In relief, he has struck out 16 batters, an average of 9.39 strikeouts per 9 innings. Nate's working on his bachelor's degree in business administration. Senior Nate Smith. Another one of the seniors will be honored today is Cade Sakamoto. Cade is a 3-year member of the Bellevue squad. He joined Bellevue after starting his college career at the College of the Sequoias. Cade's one of those unique 2-way guys. He can pitch and he can also play in the field, primarily as a first baseman and DH. He's made 24 appearances on the mound, a 3-0 record, and he's a .271 hitter with 5 home runs in his time at the plate with Bellevue University. So another one of the guys that has made the Bellevue program what it is, Cade Sakamoto and Nate Smith. Here we go with the bottom of the 5th inning. Bruins up by 2 runs, hoping to extend that lead. Starting it off, second baseman Drew Staley. Second inning of relief work for Gunnar Thompson. Fastball, strike 1 called. Drew will be honored as well today. Drew will have a 2-year career at Bellevue after transferring from Utah State Eastern. Line, base hit in the hole. Drew Staley continuing to swing a good bat for the Bruins in this 2023 season. A .971 fielding percentage and a .369 batting average for Drew Staley.
Number 7, C.J. Townsend.
Here's C.J. Townsend, the 9-hole hitter for the Bruins. Let's see if the Bruins might be bunting the 9-hole to get to the top of the order. Third baseman Marcus Hughes playing in a couple of strides in front of the baseline. Throw over to first base, sends Staley back easily. C.J. not showing whether he's going to bunt or swing away. The throw to first base, trying to get him to commit early to what he's going to do.
Enough general knowledge. Very obscure.
He does square, puts it up the third baseline, perfectly located up the line. Here's Hughes to first, not in time. C.J. Townsend legs out an infield single on that bunt, perfectly located up the line. Hughes did everything he could, but the speed of C.J. Townsend earns him a base hit, so the first two up in the inning are on. And now Kanta Kobayashi with a chance, either for another bunt or to drive him home.
I could see a push bunt, too. Just try to get the
Kanta grounded out and walked in his 2 previous plate appearances today. First baseman Adam Sendon comes in front of the line. Kanta with the bunt, foul off the chest of the umpire. Kanta has the ability for a push bunt or drag bunt to try to get on for a hit rather than a sacrifice. Looks at what he was attempting to do there. Now both corner infielders playing way in, trying to take that away. Let's see if Kanta's given the green light to try to slap something through. Big hole in second base. That's the throw back to second base to try to pick off Staley. Covered up by Anthony Villanueva. The throw not in time. A big hole where normally the second baseman would be playing, as Marquez will have to try to cover first on a bunt up the first base line. Again, Kanta shows bunt, puts it out in front of the plate. It'll be LaRocque, the catcher, with a barehanded pickup. His throw to first base is in time. That'll be a sacrifice bunt for Kanta Kobayashi as Staley moves up to third and Townsend to second. So Connor Barnett with the chance to drive in the runs. So Bellevue with the scoring opportunity. Mayville State plays their infield pretty much at regular depth. Breaking ball, misses away. Connor wants to try to get something to the outfield here. Either a sacrifice fly or a base hit, or a ground ball up the middle would score at least one. Outside, 2-0. Pretty good speed on the base paths for the Bruins in Staley and Townsend. Timeout called, and they will say they're going to walk Barnett intentionally. So that'll load the bases, but then create a double play situation. And bringing to the plate, Jake Lacey. Lacey, the RBI leader for the Bruins. Don't normally see an intentional walk to get to the leading RBI guy. Let's see if Jake can make it pay. 2 runs on 4 hits thus far for the Bruins. Gets away momentarily from LaRocque, but not far enough for an advance by Staley from third. Gunnar Thompson trying to get either a strikeout or a double play ground ball. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Bruins in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake, backhanded stab by Villanueva. The out at second for 1. The throw to first will not be in time. So a fielder's choice for Lacey. He will get credit for an RBI on the play as Drew Staley scores from third. C.J. Townsend now advancing to third. Barnett retired, trying to get to second base on a nice backhanded stab by Anthony Villanueva. So still runners on the bags. 1 in scoring position for catcher Logan Grant. Grant walked, and his courtesy runner scored in the last inning for the Bruins. Logan lays off that changeup that bounces in the dirt. Gunnar Thompson on in relief for Mayville. No action in the Mayville bullpen. Derek Palmier went 3 2/3 before leaving the game. Throw over to first base. The set at the belt. The hold and the pitch. Big swing by Grant, but Thompson took a little something off that pitch, got Grant out in front. 1-1 the count. Off the outside edge. 2-1 as Logan's looking for a pitch he can drive here. Lacey, the runner at first. Townsend, the runner at third. Logan lines it hard down the right field line. Foul. Just a foot foul. That would have been extra bases for Logan, but it had a little bit of a hook on it and landed in foul territory by maybe a foot, foot and a half down that right field line. So the runners will return. We face a 2-ball, 2-strike, 2-out, 2-on situation for Logan Grant working against pitcher Gunnar Thompson. Chopper to second base. Marquez will go to first in time to retire the side. But the Bruins do pick up one more run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. 5 innings in the book in this scheduled 9-inning contest. The home team Bruins 3. The visiting Mayville State Comets nothing. The Comets haven't had a home game or a practice last year or this year so far. 2 years in a row. No practices as well because of the nasty winter conditions. Hoping to get home games next weekend to conclude the regular season in the North Star Athletic Association. We're hoping you guys can get them in. 2 years of no practices or games. I know they played a few games back in the fall, but in the springtime, it's been a different story up in Mayville. Again, hopefully not too much flooding going on up there. I remember checking an online report earlier this week, and they were sandbagging, hoping to try to keep the town safe.
One home game in the fall against Valley, according to their schedule.
According to the schedule, one home game in the fall against Valley. All right, Easton Britton has thrown 67 pitches so far as he goes back to the hill for the top of the 6th inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Bellevue. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for Mayville State.
What Jim brings over is usually we had some rabbit hole last week. I've had a couple nice bottles. I went to Woodsburg. I had that.
Here we go with the top of the 6th inning. Top of the order for Mayville State. Third baseman Marcus Hughes will start it off.
Marcus Hughes.
Hughes with a line single to start the game. Grounded out on a comebacker his second time up. First pitch, ball 1 on the delivery from Easton Britton. No, Bellevue has plated 2 runs in the 4th, 1 run in the 5th. Now 2-0 the count. But the Bruins left additional runners in scoring position in each of those innings. Britton looks in, gets the signal from Logan Grant. Upstairs now 3-0. Right down the heart of the plate. Hughes taking all the way, tried to draw the walk. Now he'll have to face the ignominy of going, picking up his bat and getting back in the box. And his umpires tend to have a little larger strike zone when they think they're being shown up. Let's see if that happens here as Britton comes set at the belt and delivers. Called strike 2. Count goes full. Payoff pitch upcoming from Easton Britton. Trying to keep the leading lady off the bases in the 6th. Chop foul. Nice play by the on-deck hitter Carson Lundmark. Picking that one off the fence. Skies expected to be overcast all day long. Again, a foul ball up the third base line. Breaking up later today into this evening, and they're talking about record cold temperatures in the Omaha area tonight, down around in the upper 20s. Normally, this is the time of the year. I think May 1st is normally our frost-free date in Omaha. Here's the payoff pitch once again. A little dribbler, but that's off the front foot. As Marcus Hughes will have a little extra time here to walk that one off. Right off the top of that front foot. Ball came straight down. Looks like Marcus is going to be okay as he steps back in. He's right on that inside edge of the right-handed batter's box with that back foot. Let's see where Britton will go with this pitch. Again, a full count delivery. And we'll do it again. So it'll be the fourth 3-2 pitch in this at-bat of Marcus Hughes. And that one's bounced, and it'll be a leadoff walk for Marcus Hughes in the top of the sixth inning. So Hughes outlasts Britton there. Easton kept throwing strikes. Hughes kept fouling them off. Next up is the left fielder, Carson Lundmark.
Left fielder number 7, Carson Lundmark.
Lundmark, one of 2 left-handed batters in the Mayville State lineup. Jared McCorrister, the other. Runner goes. That one gets through. Grant. It'll be a stolen base for Marcus Hughes as he was off with the pitch. Second stolen base of the game for Hughes. Now 17 bags on the season. Off the outside edge, 2-0 the count. Mayville State trying to get its first run of the game. Bellevue trying to maintain its current 3-run lead. Off the side of the mound, C.J. Townsend behind second base can't make the play. It'll be ruled an infield single, as that would have been a tough catch and throw across the diamond. On the play, Hughes advancing to third. So runners at the corners and nobody out for the catcher, Alan LaRock. LaRock singled his last time up.
Alan LaRock.
Another scoring opportunity for Mayville State. They haven't cashed in any of them so far. But a 2-on, nobody out situation here with the middle part of the lineup. Britton will throw it over to first. Lundmark back easily. Lundmark has 4 stolen bases on the season. Again, the throw over. Best case scenario for the Bruins would be to get a strikeout here and then a double play ball on the next batter. Let's see if that transpires. Pitch inside. 1-0 the count. LaRock from Great Falls, Montana. A lot of Montana guys on this roster for Mayville State. Couple of Montana guys on the Bruins side as well. 2-0 the count. As we start to see a little action in the Bellevue bullpen. We can't see who it is, but there's some bodies moving around down there. A little low. So 3-0 the count. LaRock, who leads the Comets in many offensive categories. Let's see if he's got the green light here on 3-0. Britton can't just put one in easily. LaRock taking all the way there, now 3-1. So another hitter's advantage count at 3-1. Ball 4. LaRock will walk. He'll head down to first base, and the courtesy runner will come in for him. Josh Majors back in to do the running there, so bases are full of Bruins. And that'll bring head coach Dwayne Monlex out of the dugout to talk with his pitcher and infielders and catcher. Dwayne with a slow walk to the mound there to give the bullpen a little extra time to get some throws in. Doesn't look like he's going to make a move right here, as Easton Britton was cruising right along through the first 5 innings, but in the top of the 6th, walk, single, walk, has loaded the bases. A vote of confidence in Easton Britton from head coach Dwayne Modlex as he heads back to the bench. Let's see if Easton and the Bruins can work out of this. Up to bat, the cleanup hitter, Jared McCorster. McCorster 0 for 2 today. Had a home run yesterday in game number 2. First pitch swinging, chopper over the mound, that'll score 1. Drew Staley has it go right through. He's trying to say interference. 2 runs are scored temporarily, and now the base umpire makes no call. You have to give way to the fielder, but if there's no contact, you can run in front of or behind.
You can still call without contact.
Doesn't necessarily have to be contact, but it has to be the base umpire and Dwayne Modlex continuing that conversation. Staley was getting set to make the play, and then it went through him. The discussion continuing. Now Dwayne Modlex walks toward the home plate umpire to see if he can get some help there. And now the 2 umpires will discuss the situation. As it stands, it would be an E4 with 2 runs scored.
We're going to give it a hit. That's not routine.
Oh.
Give a guy run in front of you. Not like that anyway.
And the 2 umpires continuing their discussions, and Bill's going to say if it stands as called, it'll be ruled a hit, as it was not a normal play to be made. Don't have the rule book in front of me, but the base runner has to give way to the fielder making a play. Oh, it's going to be basically a judgment call. The 2 umpires continuing their conversation, and now they're going to talk to Scott Berry. So that's a good sign for the Bruins.
Well, Scott's, I'm sure, going to get tossed after this.
If they're going to go talk to the Mayville State coach, it's probably going to mean that they're going to overrule the call and call it runner interference. That would mean the base runners would return. No runs would score on the play, and now it would be recorded. And then Hughes would be back to third. Lundmark would be back to second. So either way you look at it, one coach is going to be happy and one coach is going to go ballistic. And they are going to say it is base runner interference, so the other runners will have to return to their bases. So that means
Not being ordered back yet.
McCorster will reach, and that's going to be a hit technically for McCorster. LaRock's courtesy runner Josh Majors will be out on the interference. Hughes will go back to third, and Lundmark will go back to second. So a big call. So no runs on the play and an out instead on the interference call on courtesy runner Josh Majors. So a big overruling decision here in the top of the 6th inning. At the plate, center fielder Cole Jessamine. So still, bases loaded, now 1 out.
Actually, I'll double check that.
Ball
I'm going to actually double
Ball 1. It's technically going to be on the interference. It'll be a hit for the batter.
I'll double check.
Yeah, double check, but I'm almost positive that's going to be ruled a hit because that brings back an old baseball trivia question that I used to ask. 2-0 the count.
You have to do it a lot more discreetly.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Chop down the line. It's a base hit. Into the corner. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score for sure. The throw to second base, not in time. So a big 2 RBI double by Cole Jessamine. Right down the third base line past the diving glove of Nick Grade. So this time Hughes and Lundmark do score officially. McCorrister all the way to third on the play. And the 2 RBI double by Cole Jessamine. That will be the end of the day for starting pitcher Easton Brinton as Dwayne Monluck's back to the mound to get the ball from his starter. That's Cade, isn't it? Yeah. The new relief pitcher for the Bellevue Bruins will be number 26, Cade Sakamoto. 22, excuse me. Boy, I'm having a hard time seeing numbers today. Got to stop having so much bourbon for breakfast, I guess. Cade Sakamoto coming on. Yeah, no one's complaining, so all right. Cade Sakamoto coming on in relief. For Cade, the senior left-handed pitcher, this is his 8th appearance on the year. He started 2 games. The others have been in relief. 15 and a third innings of work. He's allowed 18 hits, 10 earned runs, has struck out 16, and has walked 6, a 5.87 earned run average. So Cade Sakamoto on senior day, one of the seniors, 7 seniors will be honored later. A chance to come in and hold things down against the Mayville State Comets. Second pitcher of the game for the Bruins. Both teams now into the bullpen. Mayville went there in the 4th. The Bruins now in the 6th inning.
Oh, Sakamoto. They told me yesterday some.
Let's see how the Bruins infield plays it here with runners at second and third. 1 out on the scoreboard. Alec, please.
Second baseman, number 5, Ricky Marquez.
Ricky Marquez, the second baseman, with the opportunity to tie it or get his team the lead. He's 0 for 2 today, both on infield ground outs. First pitch from Cade Sakamoto in the strike zone for a called strike 1. Cade looks in, gets the signal from Logan Grant. Sakamoto, the 6'3 senior out of Bakersfield, California. Fastball chopped on the ground to short. Runner at third will come to the plate, and the Bruins will trade the run for the out. Jared McCorrister will score on the play. Ricky Marquez retired 6-3, but he will pick up a run batted in. Cole Jessamine holds on at second base. So a tie game at 3-3. The next batter, right fielder Tyler Ferreira.
Number 37, Tyler Ferreira.
Fouled back to the net. Sakamoto works ahead of both hitters he has faced. Ferreira also 0 for 2 today. 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning for Mayville State. 3 runs on 4 hits for the game for both teams. Breaking ball blocked up by Grant. 1-1 the count. Thanks once again to Cade's mom. She brought us some candy yesterday. It was very good from Bakersfield, California. The Doers Toffees. There we go. Strike 2 called. 1-2. As Cade working ahead. Again, the wind continues to blow crossfield today from left to right, gusting up to the upper 20s, steady in the teens. 1-2 pitch. He went around. A strikeout. Retires the side. So Cade Sakamoto comes on, gets the job done with a ground out and a strikeout. But 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, we're tied. The Bruins and the Comets, 3-3 our score in North Star Athletic Association action. All right. So not a hit. If they would have hit the base runner, then it would have been, so that, okay, there we go. That's where I was confused. So Bill keeping me on the straight here. So not a base hit for McCorrister. Instead, he reaches on the fielder's choice. Back to the mound goes Gunnar Thompson for another inning of relief work. And again, we'll remind you that if you'd like to be part of our broadcast, you can send along a text message to me at 402-515-7654. Mick Krupski along with Bill Mullins, Bellevue Athletic Director Ed Lahotek keeping us in line behind us. Like that vote that when Snoopy was looking like a vulture in the Charlie Brown Peanuts cartoon. So sitting on the high chair behind us. Three runs on 4 hits, no errors. That's the line score for both teams to this point of the game as the Bruins will start the 6th inning with Grade, Lind, and Sirois against Gunnar Thompson.
Third baseman, number 31, Nick Gray.
How long did that 4 seconds feel?
It felt like it was a lifetime.
Yeah.
Grade was hit by pitch his last time up. Ball outside on the first pitch from Thompson in the 6th.
You get in that sweet spot, everything just moves slow motion like that. You know, like a really good hit whenever you see that ball.
Fouled out of play, right side, evens the count at 1-1. Breaking ball stays upstairs. Grade with 13 home runs on the season. That's a big power jolt for him. In his JUCO career, he never hit more than 7 in a season. Here's a nice line drive to start off the inning. Nice contact on the drive to left field. So he's the leadoff guy on in the 6th inning as Anthony Lind will step up next. Lind with the big 2 RBI hit in the 4th inning that got the Bruins on the board. Let's see how Dwayne Monlix approaches the Bruins situation in the 6th inning. Throw over to first base, not in time. Marcus Hughes playing a couple of steps in front of the bag at third, trying to take away the bunt that way if Lind is given the bunt signal. He's not fouled right back to the screen as Anthony got under that pitch just a little bit. Anthony was named a Conference Player of the Week earlier this season, back in March. Called strike 2. Kanta Kobayashi, Player of the Week this week for Bellevue.
Smoke a ball on a line, it'll roll all the way to the fence, and then it's a triple. That's the only way.
I think Jake Lacey and Nick Grade also Conference Players of the Week earlier this year. Center field goes that fly ball. Jessamine, the center fielder, right underneath it for the first out of the inning. Jessamine continues to play every hitter
Number 27,
slightly to the right field side in that center field spot. Here's first baseman Mathieu Sirois. Sirois was on fire last week and the week before. Has cooled down a little bit. Bruins would love to see a nice return to that hot hitting as he awaits the pitch from Thompson. Big cut, comes up empty, 0-1 the count. Nick Grade, the base runner at first, gets his lead. 1-1 the count. Gray does have 3 stolen bases on the season. Probably won't be stealing here as you want to try to take advantage of Sirois' power. Throw over to first, sends Nick back to the bag. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back to the net. Mathieu had a good hack at that one. And just like Lind before him, just underneath it a little bit. Again, the set. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, the breaking ball. Breaking out of the zone gets Sirois coming up empty for the second out of the inning.
Number 4, Drew Staley.
Next up, second baseman Drew Staley. Let's see if the Bruins might now take a chance with a stolen base. Alan LaRocque threw out the only base stealing attempt thus far for the Bruins. Pitch low and away, ball 1. A long look down to head coach Dwayne Monlux. Now Staley back in the box. Drew singled and scored a run in the 5th. Lays off that high fastball, 2-0. Bruins got off to a 3-0 lead, but then a 3 spot in the top of this inning tied things up. On the outside, Black. Now 2-1. Swing and a miss by Drew. 2-2. Nick Grade started the inning with the single. After 2 outs, he's still there. Gets his lead at first. Way wide, so now he'll be moving with the pitch on the full count 2-out situation. If Staley can get something to a gap, that might send Grade all the way around the bases. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped. We'll do it again. The long look in by Gunnar Thompson. Now he's ready. Throw over to first base. That signal must have come from the bench as the base runner was only a step or 2 off the base. Now Grade gets back out to his normal size lead as Staley awaits. And it'll be a walk. So Bellevue keeps the inning going with runners at first and second now. And C.J. Townsend will step to the plate. And instead we will have a pinch hitter. Trad Richardson will come in to hit for C.J. Townsend. So another guy with some power in his bat, number 13, Trad Richardson. And that will bring a visit to the mound from the coaching staff and a pitching change. Billy Tomlin, the assistant coach, goes out to the mound, and that will be the end of the line for Gunnar Thompson. 21, all right. A new pitcher for the Comets, Alexander DeCaro. We saw him yesterday's game. So getting some work on this trip to Omaha for Alex DeCaro. He will come on and face a 2-out, 2-on situation. He'll get his 8 warm-up tosses. DeCaro saw action in game number 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Back to the mound once again at John Stella Field at Brown Park. Hey, one more time, we'll remind you if you want to be part of our broadcast and send along a text message. That number is 402-515-7654. Coming to you from John Stella Field at Brown Park in Omaha, Nebraska on a cloudy, cool, and windy day. Oh, we've got one text in the queue. Hello from Billings, Montana. Gunner's mom watching and appreciate the stream and commentary. You're welcome very much, but just as I get to your comment, Gunner back to the bench, but he was effective coming in for 2+ innings of relief work for the Comets. All right, let's turn to the battle now between reliever Alex DeCaro and Bellevue pinch hitter Trad Richardson. Trad hitting .378 on the season, has garnered yards 7 times, 28 runs batted in. The Bruins, with a base hit, can regain the lead. Here's the first pitch. Chopped on the ground to second base. Marquez fields it, and his throw to first on time to retire Richardson. 4-3 on the play. The Bruins come up empty. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 left on base. Bellevue has left 2 men on base in each of the last 3 innings. So Bruins are getting guys on, but they need to continue to get the big hits. They got the big hit from Anthony Lynn in the 4th inning that drove in 2. And then another one on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning, the RBI to Jake Lacey there, as Cade Sakamoto back to the mound to continue his release stint for the Bellevue Bruins.
Could be a problem. Pitching gets a little better.
Hey, congratulations to Bellevue softball coach Michaela Semino, picking up her 500th career victory in action last week, I believe, last weekend. So she and her staff joining Dwayne Monlux and his staff, both of them 500-plus career wins at Bellevue University. All right, here we go with the 7th inning. 3 innings to go. We're 2/3 of the way through this one. It'll be Villanueva, Senden, and then the top of the order on to face Cade Sakamoto.
Number 4, Anthony Villanueva.
Villanueva, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. First pitch up the third base line. That's going to belly into foul territory. Sakamoto from the windup delivers the pitch, bounced to the plate, blocked up by Logan Grant. 1-1 the count. Strike called. Sakamoto ahead in the count once again. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice slow bending breaking ball on that one. Let's see what he'll deliver on the 1-2. Another breaking ball, but that one out of the zone. 2-2 the count. 2 runs in the 4th, 1 run in the 5th. That's the Bellevue production. 3 runs in the 6th. That's Mayville State. 2 hopper to second base. Drew Staley on the play to retire the shortstop for Mayville State, Anthony Villanueva. Next up in the order for the Comets, first baseman Adam Senden. Senden has grounded out twice, both times to Bellevue third baseman Nick Grade. Ball 1. All 3 games of this series thus far have been tightly contested contests. 2-0. 4-3 Bellevue victory in game 1. 4-2 Mayville victory in game 2. Fouled out of play by Senden. 3-3 our score in game number 3. Again, a reminder, don't go away. Between games, we will have our senior day ceremonies. We'll keep the stream going so you can listen and watch. There's a nice fastball for a strike call, 2-2. Fouled out of play, right side. Senden went down to reach for that one. Stays alive. Here's the 2-2 pitch once again. A breaking ball for the called strike 3. Nicely located, cutting under the hands of Senden for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game in 4 batters faced by Cade Sakamoto. His mother and father and stepfather here today enjoying the performance thus far for Cade as Mayville back to the top of the order. Marcus Hughes looks at a fastball that runs away. Hughes has been on base twice with a single and a walk, has scored one of the 3 runs. 2-0 now the count to Hughes. Now 3-0. Let's see if Sakamoto can come all the way back. Hughes, the second highest batting average on the Mayville roster. Must have been a little bit low there as a 4-pitch walk. And Hughes has been on base now 3 out of 4 times. Just what you want for your leadoff hitter. Get him on and get him home. Left fielder Carson Lundmark next up from Mayville. Lundmark had a hit and scored a run in that 3-run 6th inning. Good speed on at first. Let's see what kind of a move Sakamoto might show. Breaking ball. Ooh, looked like a pretty good spot, but not to the liking of the home plate umpire. 1-0 to count. Cade tosses over to first base. Not the best move that he has, but just kind of a show-me move. Trying to keep Marcus Hughes close. Hughes with 17 stolen bases on the season. He's only been caught once. That's a pretty good percentage. You do the math. Goes on the first move. Zone strike called. Throw to second base. Not in time. So another stolen base from Marcus Hughes. Now 18 out of 19 on the season. His 3rd stolen base of the day. Oh, he's in scoring position if Carson Lundmark can deliver a hit. Bellevue defense playing a little bit deeper on the right side of the field. That one's hit in the air. Kanta Kobayashi has it tracked. And he has it caught. And the inning comes to an end. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. And just like the Bruins, Mayville State has been getting some guys on base, but not getting them across. 1 run left on base in each of the last 1, 2, 3, 4 innings, and 6 total of the game. Bottom of the 7th inning upcoming for the Bruins. It'll be the top of the order, so a good spot in the order. As back to the mound, Alex DeCaro. Something smells good back there. Ed, is that you? Yep, DeCaro back to the mound for his 2nd inning of relief work. Coming to you from John Stella Field at historic Brown Park. The baseball field underwent renovations about 10 years ago. Field turf added about 3 years ago. And then some of the other facilities of the park, playground and renovations to the pavilion up on top of the hill. They're having a rededication ceremony on June 1st for the renovations of John Stella Field and Brown Park. My old stomping grounds back in the 60s and 70s. Played many a game here myself. It's always fun to come back and do the broadcast for Bellevue University. Let's see if the Bruins can manufacture some fun in the bottom of the 7th inning as Kanta Kobayashi leads things off. Kanta, a sacrifice bunt his last time up, swings and misses at the first pitch. Officially 0 for 1, a ground out, a walk, and a sacrifice bunt. Third baseman Marcus Hughes playing in a little bit, trying to take away that opportunity to bunt in that direction. Fouled back, 0-2 the count. So Hughes can back up a few steps. As Kanta probably not going to attempt a bunt with 2 strikes. Skies lightening up a little bit as we move along in this contest. Still cloudy overhead, but a little less dark 1-2 the count as that pitch comes in low. LaRock and DeCaro, the combination for Mayville State, the battery, catcher and pitcher. Tries to come in with the back door, doesn't quite get it, 2-2. DeCaro wanted the call on that one. Broke just a little bit too late. Playing Kobayashi to pull, second base and center field. Kanta comes up, foul tip, he'll stay alive. Or not foul tip, but foul balls that didn't stay in the glove of the catcher, Alan LaRock. Starting to see a few more of the trees budding out. The winter brown is now turning to spring green at Brown Park. Outside, full count. As DeCaro matted himself that time, not the umpire, as that one slipped out of his hand. So, payoff pitch, full count on Kanta Kobayashi leading off. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball. Got inside of Kobayashi's swing path, and the strikeout is the first of the game for Alex DeCaro. Third strikeout of the game for Mayville State pitching, as Connor Barnett will try to generate something with one out. Fouled up the third base line. Nice backhanded stab in foul territory by Marcus Hughes. DeCaro comes set. Now his delivery. Barnett fouls it opposite way. Let's go Bruins, seal the deal. Win the first one. 27 Bruins and 27 fan. That's Mathieu Serrois' family listening in up in Quebec. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? That's just about exhausted my French vocabulary. Barnett lifts one to the right side. Ferreira, the right fielder, couple of steps to his right. He'll look it in for the second out of the inning. Well, if the Bruins are going to generate something in the seventh, it'll be up to Jake Lacey to keep the inning alive. Jake 1 for 3 today, has an RBI. 62 RBIs on the year. That's not a bad total. One more week of the regular season after this, then tournament time. Then opening round, and the Bruins hoping for another trip to the Avista NAIA World Series after that. So the Bruins hoping to be playing baseball for another month yet. Hit in the air to center field. Jessamine headed that way. The wind blows it over to the right fielder, Tyler Ferreira. And a wind-blown fly to right field to retire the side. So the top three go down in order for the Bruins. 7 innings in the books. And we are tied 3-3. For the Bruins, 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. For the Comets, 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Back to the mound goes Cade Sakamoto for the Bruins. And he will be facing the middle part of the Comet order in the top of the 8th inning. Again, 9-inning contest for game number 1. 7-inning contest for game number 2.
Want to remind all you fans after our...
Here are the current standings in the North Star Athletic Association. After yesterday's contest, Dakota State in first place with a 19-1 conference record. Bellevue in second with a 20-2 record. Waldorf is in third with 11-9. Mayville State in fourth, 11-10. Then comes Dickinson State at 7-12. Valley City State at 7-13. Valley and Dakota State will be playing their four-game set beginning tomorrow and Monday. Viterbo in seventh place, 6-14. And then Presentation College, 0-20 in conference play. Leading off the top of the eighth inning, the catcher, Alan LaRock. First pitch swinging, chopped over to Nick Grade. The glove, the throw, and the out. Quickly one away. Cade Sakamoto trying to keep the bases clear and get the bat back into the hands of the Bruin batters in the bottom half of this frame. Here's designated hitter Jared McCorster. He hit into that controversial runner interference play in the last time up. He's 0 for 3. First pitch from Cade is upstairs.
I mean, you're always going to have a core that's going to stay, and you're going to have a core that goes.
Foul out of play opposite way. 1-1 to count. Not a huge crowd on hand today because of the chilly weather, but a lot of family and friends, especially those of the 7 seniors, will be honored in ceremonies between games of the doubleheader. That one bounced back to the screen, 2-1.
I don't blame kids. They're kids.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Now 3-1 the count. McCorster, the designated hitter, hitting in the cleanup spot. So Sakamoto has to be careful where this pitch goes. Right down the heart of play. Looked like McCorster was taking all the way. That was a pretty good pitch to have a hack at, but now the count is full. Let's see how this at-bat turns out. It'll go at least one more pitch as McCorster fouls that over near the Bellevue dugout. Bat boy Dwayne Monlex goes out to retrieve that foul ball. Also serves as the head coach. Here's the 3-2 pitch once again. Grounded up the first base side, but that too will go foul. Mathieu Sirois on to field that in foul territory. Forgot to mention that C.J. Townsend re-entered the game for the Bruins at shortstop after being pinch hit for by Trad Richardson in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Bellevue defense back to what it was at the start of the game as Sakamoto delivers another 3-2 pitch. That one is outside the zone, so Jared McCorster works a walk to be the one-out base runner.
Center fielder number 38, Cole Jessamine.
Cole Jessamine next up. Jessamine, a .293 hitter coming into today's action. McCorster, the runner at first base, has one stolen base on the year. Pitch a little inside to Jessamine. Jessamine from Abbotsford, British Columbia. Skips out of the way of that one, though they say it did hit him in the leg. So that will advance McCorster to second on the hit by pitch. And again, the Comets have a runner in scoring position in this 3-3 game. They had runners in scoring position in each of the last 4 innings. 3 of the last 4 innings, excuse me. 39 coming on as a pinch runner for McCorster. Number 39 is Maverick Lewin. So we'll put his name in the scorebook in a McCorster spot. Maverick Levin. So gaining a couple of steps of speed with the pinch runner. First pitch foul back, and Sakamoto works ahead. Bruins do have some action in the bullpen, but Cade's done a nice job since coming on in the top of the 6th inning. Backdoor breaking ball is a beauty. 0-2 the count on Ricky Marquez, the second baseman. Wind picking up, blowing from left to right. We expected gusts to get to near 30 miles an hour today. That ball hit out of play, right side. Temperature in the low 40s. We were hoping to get up to maybe 48 or 49 as a high today. Have a ways to go yet to get there. Another breaking ball. That one's chopped to the left side. C.J. Townsend, the long throw across the diamond. Nice play by C.J. to retire Ricky Marquez, as both base runners will advance 90 feet, but a nice job by C.J. coming in, charging hard, throwing across his body on the money. And it'll be up to Tyler Ferreira, the right fielder, if the Comets will score anything in this inning. Ferreira 0 for 3. Ground out, fly out, strikeout. First pitch from Sakamoto. A little low, ball 1. Cade with a long look in from the signal from catcher Logan Grant. Another breaking ball, another miss. 2-0. Dwayne Monlich's not liking the no calls on those last 2 pitches. Has a word for the home plate umpire. They're close. As Cade looks in. Does have an open base at first. Again, the breaking ball. This time gets the strike called. Now 2-1. Ferreira, the 7-hole hitter in the Mayville lineup. 2 on, 2 out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. That one squirts through the glove of Grant, but not far enough away for the runner to advance. The count now 3-1. Shortstop Anthony Villanueva, the man on deck. Should Ferreira reach. Hit in the air to center field. Kanta Kobayashi has a beat on it, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Cade Sakamoto and the Bruins work out of a little bit of a threat in the 8th inning.
Left on base. We're going to the bottom.
No runs on no hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base, so both teams getting guys on. But it's been a struggle to get them on home from this point. For the Bellevue Bruins heading into the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 part of the order. Grant, Grade, and Lind. Working against relief pitcher Alex DeCaro.
Probably every episode about 3 times.
I'm with you. I've seen them.
I have the box.
All right, we've gained a degree, 43 degrees in Omaha, looking for now a high of 47 degrees. Wind steady out of the northwest at 18 miles an hour with gusts up to 30. Yeah, we've got a freeze warning in effect for later today. Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about the matter at hand here on the ball diamond. Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, catcher Logan Grant. First pitch, a breaking ball down low. Good recognition by Logan to lay off that. Logan walked and has grounded out twice. Inside 2-0. Shortstop Anthony Villanueva right behind second base.
I mean, he's cool to an extent. He's still Canadian.
As the 4 fielders, infielders, and outfielders on the right side playing a severe pull for Grant. Another breaking ball and down low. Now 3-0.
Throw a buck on it, maybe win 6.
Bruins trying to get the leadoff guy on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Regain the lead and then hold it in the 9th. There's a strike in the zone. First fastball of the at-bat to Logan Grant. Logan looked like he was taking all the way.
Yeah, he had a streak where the underdogs.
DeCaro back to work, towing the right side of the pitcher's rubber. The 3-1 pitch, just on the inside corner. Logan
See, if I were him, I wouldn't bet.
didn't really want that one. Now he'll have to expand his strike zone. Here's the battle.
Just not enough. Not enough.
That one's low and in, and Logan Grant wins the battle. He'll be the base runner, or he'll be the base runner as far as getting to first base, as Takumi Maeno will come out of the dugout to take his spot. They slap hands. Maeno becomes the base runner, and Nick Grade steps to the plate. Nick 1 for 2, also hit by a pitch. Let's see if the Bruins are bunting to try to get the lead runner into scoring position. They are. Grade puts it. That's a foul ball by the home plate umpire. Alan LaRock came right out of his crouch and fielded the ball, but the home plate umpire put both hands up to call a foul ball. And now LaRock will be arguing with him, and Scott Berry comes out of the dugout to argue as well. It's a tough call for the home plate umpire to see the angle off the back of the plate. LaRock got out very quickly, immediately went to second base as that bunt didn't get very far from the home plate area. Bruins catch a break there.
She was down there.
So 0-1 will be the count as Grade back in. Hughes, the third baseman, in front of the baseline there. Throw over to first base. Sends Maeno back on the scamper. Ideally, you want Grade to bunt it up the first base side. That's where the first baseman, Adam Senden, is holding the base runner. Make either the first baseman or the pitcher or the catcher, any one of those three, go a long way to try to handle the baseball.
Settle for getting a butt down.
DeCaro comes set.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
The bunt is going to be successful. LaRock out of the catcher's crouch. A bang-bang play at first. But Nick Grade gets the job done on the second opportunity. LaRock to Senden for the out as Takumi Maeno advancing to second base. Now the Bruins will have a couple opportunities to drive him home from there. First opportunity goes to Anthony Lind, who did that job back in the fourth inning, had a 2 RBI single. Trying to do that once again. Maeno getting his lead off the second base, a breaking ball. Good for a called strike one. Nice sweeping action on the breaking ball from DeCaro. A lot of movement away from the right-handed batters. Not so much down, but mostly across. Again, the set.
Not year one, not year two, maybe.
1-1 the count as that breaking ball misses wide. Again, the wind will push anything hit in the air towards the right side as Lind awaits the 1-1 count. Way wide once again, now 2-1.
2-1.
Dwayne Monlex hoping to get that arm in motion, wheeling Maeno to score on a base hit. Here's the 2-1 to Lind. Anthony drives it right back through the middle. That one's out into center field. Here comes Takumi rounding third. The throw to the plate will be cut off. Anthony Lind for the second time today comes up with a big base hit and an RBI. 3 of the 4 Bellevue runs plated by RBIs from Anthony Lind. Nicely done. Just turned that one right back up the middle.
Number 27, Mathieu.
The next Bellevue batter will be Mathieu Sirois. So Anthony Lind, the batting hero of the day for the Bruins. 2 RBIs on his single in the 4th, and now another one in the 8th. Sirwa hits the ball hard down the left field side. That's going to drop for extra bases. One hop in the wall. Here comes Lynn to third as Sirwa with a double to put Bruin runners at second and third. That quick hands of Mathieu Sirwa got the barrel of the bat through the zone. And now another visit from Billy Tomlin from the Mayville State coaching staff. And the Bruins an opportunity to break this one open. A 4-3 lead right now with Staley and Townsend, the next two scheduled hitter. But first, as pitching change, we'll have the fourth pitcher of the game for Mayville State coming in.
That's the second one, I think. Game 2 is in bowling? That's sold out, I heard. I bet. I bet it's already. Well, they sold out.
Is that Prime's first home game?
There's that here. I heard on the radio. They're saying they're going to try to sell tickets.
The new pitcher for the Comets, number 26, Gregor Farquharson. We saw him in the game yesterday. Both Farquharson brothers appeared in the opening game. So he'll come in and face the 8-9 parts of the order for the Bruins.
Mr. Bosch made the trip down.
Riley.
His dad, too.
Oh, his dad did?
Yeah.
What's he got? Oh, yeah. Got talked to him.
All right, Bruins with the one-run lead and a chance for a whole lot more in this bottom of the 8th inning. Gregor Farquharson back to the mound. He was there yesterday in game number 1. He'll get his warm-up tosses. Farquharson now with 9 appearances on the year. 6 times as a starter, the 3 times as a reliever. 28 innings on the year, a 5.14 earned run average. Brother Cato Farquharson got the start in yesterday's first game of the doubleheader. And for the Bruins, it'll be Drew Staley stepping up to bat. Drew 1 for 2 today, including a single in the 5th inning.
Pinch runner on 2 is 35.
Thank you. Pinch runner at second base for Mathieu Sirwa will be Eric Anderson. Houston Fogelstrom, sorry, 30. And it'll be Drew Staley will get the intentional walk as Fogelstrom on for Sirwa.
Now batting number 7, C.J. Townsend.
I don't like us.
Every time I say Fogelstrom's name, I think of Dan Fogelberg, who was one of my favorite musicians back in the day. As C.J. Townsend now with the bases loaded, his job to try to elevate something to the outfield. Farquharson comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Line hard and through. Big hit by C.J. Townsend. 1 run is in. Here comes Fogelstrom round third base. The throw to the plate, not in time. C.J. Townsend with a 2 RBI single on the first pitch delivered by Farquharson, and the Bruins have jumped the lead now to 6-3. Lind and Fogelstrom score the runs on the play. Drew Staley stops at second, and the Bruins back to the top of the order with Kanta Kobayashi.
Like our pitching's been fine. Our defense has been fine.
So the Bellevue Bats,
Bad at bat.
who were kind of quiet early in the game, coming to life late in this inning. Pitch wide, ball 1. The inning started with a leadoff walk to Logan Grant, then a sacrifice bunt, and then a single by Lynn drove in 1, a double by Sirwa. The walk intentionally to Drew Staley, and then 2 RBI single from C.J. Townsend. Fouled out of play opposite way.
And then if you want to, just watch Top Gun in between. Yeah.
Never seen it.
5 of the 6 Bellevue batters have reached in this 8th inning. Bruins up by 3 runs.
Yeah, you can't appreciate the second one.
Yeah, you got to see the first one. How
Conta, swing and a miss there. Pulled off just a little bit on that changeup
I'm pretty sure you're right.
from Farquharson.
Go watch that. That's a good movie. It's a good watch. Entertaining.
0-2 the count on the Bruins leadoff guy.
Yeah. Have you seen Rocky? Have you seen Rocky?
I've seen Rocky.
I've seen Rocky.
I was
Down low, blocked up by LaRock. Tip of the cap again to both catchers for their excellent work defensively behind the plate.
hey, 2-2.
2-2 the count. On Conta, a look down to head coach Dwayne Monlux. Really no signals here, just get a hit. If you've got that signal in your repertoire, flash it out there and get it done. Conta chases the high fastball and strikes out. Second time Conta has struck out in this game. That's a rarity. Yeah, now it'll be up to Connor Barnett if the Bruins can add a little bit more to their 3-run lead. Barnett 0 for 3 with a walk today. Overhand breaking ball misses inside.
Okay, 2 outs.
3 runs batted in today by Anthony Lynn. 2 more by C.J. Townsend. And the other one from Jake Lacey. Farquharson delivers outside. 2-0 the count on the Bruin designated hitter.
This guy here, bro. He got a fiance and now he's quitting baseball. He's a senior day. He's like a sophomore.
Little waggle of the bat by Barnett as he awaits the pitch. Foul back to the net. Two and 1 the count on Barnett, the native of Papillion, Nebraska. Overhand breaking ball misses up high.
So, he takes a month off in the summer. He decides he doesn't want to be a grown-up. I've seen guys do that.
That's me. I did that one.
3-1 situation for the Bruins here with 2 on, 2 out. Already 3 runs across in the inning.
Yeah, I had to hold off on that.
Hit in the air down the right field side, heading towards the corner in foul territory. Tyler Ferreira with a nice running catch right near the corner where the 2 angles of the fence come together. Another nice play by the Mayville State right fielder. Bellevue sends 8 men to the plate, picking up 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. So again, the Bruins leave some guys on, but they score 3 to take a 6-3 lead into the 9th inning. And Cade Sakamoto will stay on to try to pick up this one.
Did I tell you I have eligibility left?
And pick up the win. Starter was Easton Britton. He cannot qualify for the decision.
I'm more of a...
He left with a 3-2 lead. Right now the pitcher of record is Cade Sakamoto. He can pick up a win for the Bruins.
That's where I played last.
His 3rd win of the season if he can get it. Action in the Bellevue bullpen. Teron Williams, I'm sure the Bruins closer, is getting hot down there if needed. Sakamoto will face the 8-9-1 part of the order for the Comets in this top of the 9th inning. Mathieu Serrois re-enters the game. Logan Grant back in as well with the courtesy runner. All right, Sakamoto is finished with his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to go with the top of the 9th inning. Bruins trying to add another win in conference play.
The shortstop, number 4.
Leading it off, shortstop Anthony Villanueva. 0 for 2 for Villanueva today. First pitch from Sakamoto. Fastball pops out of the glove of Logan Grant. And again, Dwayne Monlux getting his exercise, tracking down some errant baseballs. Just off the outside edge, 2-0. Up by 3 runs, you obviously want to keep the base paths clear. There's a called strike, now 2-1. windup and the pitch. Fouled, 2-2 the count. Cade came on with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Did allow 1 run on a ground ball. That was charged to Easton Brinton, which made it a 3-3 game. Just off the outside edge. Count will go full on Anthony Villanueva leading off the top of the 9th inning. The payoff pitch. We'll do it again as that one's fouled out of play. And we'll do it again. Fouled back to the net. Cade, a 2-0 record on the season. A 5.87 earned run average. Hoping to see that go down a little bit. Has not allowed a run on his side, on his ledger, since coming in. Here's the pitch again, 3-2. Hey, guess what? Deja vu. The 4th 3-2 pitch upcoming. Adam Senden, the next man scheduled to hit, but we might get a pinch hitter as that pitch inside. So Villanueva reaches with the walk. And we will have a new hitter here for the Mayville State Comets. Number 6 is Caleb Jamison. Caleb Jamison in to pinch hit for Adam Senden in this top of the 9th inning. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ooh, must have been outside, just a fuzz. They appeal on the swing. No swing. Jamison, a .333 hitter, but he's only had 3 at-bats. 1 hit and 3 at-bats on the season. There's gets the strike called on the outside corner. Now 1-1.
We'll take it.
Couple of those 50-50 locations there on that one. Could go either way. Slow breaking ball drops nicely into the zone and freezes Jamison. Now Sakamoto ahead in the count, 1-2. Top of the order awaits on deck. Bruins up by 3 runs. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Great location on that pitch. Breaking away from the left-handed batter, Caleb Jamison. The strikeout is the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the order. Here's the pesky third baseman, Marcus Hughes. He's been up 4 times and on 3 times, 2 walks and a single. Has scored 1 of the 3 runs for Mayville State.
Come across the bag.
Breaking ball, little chopper up the first base side. Surwa on the toss to Sakamoto, and Cade able to hang on to the baseball to record the out. A little tumble over the top of the base runner. So one of those plays kind of in no man's land. Surwa got to it, got the toss to Sakamoto after taking a couple of steps. So bang, bang play, but Cade got there just a split second ahead of the base runner, Marcus Hughes. 3-1 on the play for the second out of the inning. Villanueva advancing to second on the play. The last hopes for the Comets, left fielder Carson Lundmark. Lundmark is 1 for 3 on the day. Lefty-lefty matchup once again. That one, again, a nice block by Grant, smothering it with his equipment. Drew Staley, Bellevue's second baseman, playing out in the green of the right side of the field. Just off the outside edge, and Grant wanted the call. Bellevue didn't get it. 2-0 the count. Tying run on deck. Bellevue hopes that Alan LaRocque stays there. Off the outside edge once again, now 3-0. Sakamoto trying to come back here. The set, the look, the pitch. There's the called strike. Now 3-1. Lundmark taking all the way there, as he should. Now he'll be back to swinging if he finds a pitch he likes. Sakamoto trying to come all the way back. Popped up, in play, third baseman Nick Grade playing the wind, and he'll make the catch to retire the side and bring game number 1 to an end. An embrace between the catcher Logan Grant and the pitcher Cade Sakamoto as Sakamoto picks up the victory in relief. The Bellevue Bruins win it by a score of 6-3. 6 runs on 8 hits. There were no errors for the Bruins. 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors for Mayville State. With the victory, Bellevue now 37-7 overall on the season, 21-2 in conference play. Bellevue, the number 5 rated team in the NAIA coaches top 25 poll, puts up 3 runs in the 8th inning to take the win in this first half of the doubleheader. With the loss, Mayville State drops to 17-20 overall, 11-11 in conference play. All right, again, as we said, don't go away. We're going to keep the stream open as we get ready to celebrate the 7 seniors on Senior Recognition Day for the Bellevue baseball program.
The second game will begin in approximately 30 minutes.
All right, I'm going to go and place the headset out the window so we can listen in, and that ceremony will start in just a few moments. You'll obviously see it. So hang on as Bellevue gets ready to honor the 7 seniors. Drew Staley, Nathan Sprenger, Connor Barnett, Alexandro Salicio, Kanta Kobayashi, Cade Sakamoto, and Nate Smith.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to John Stella Field at Brown Park for Senior Day 2023. This time we ask you to please direct your attention to the field for this afternoon's Senior Day ceremonies. This year's senior class features 7 student athletes who have played a vital role in the Bruins' success over the past 3 years. During that time, BU has posted a 125-37 record, going 59-8 in NSAA play while winning a pair of regular season championships, the 2022 conference tournament, hosting 2 NAIA opening rounds, and reaching last year's Avista NAIA World Series. Let's welcome our first senior, Drew Staley. He is joined by his parents, Maureen and Paul Staley, along with his sister, Emily. Drew is in his second year as a Bruin after transferring to BU from Utah State Eastern. He has enjoyed a breakout season in 2023, hitting .369 with an OPS of .960, 22 RBI, and 8 doubles, while locking down second base with a .971 fielding percentage and helping the Bruins to 15 double plays. Drew is working towards a bachelor's degree in business administration. Drew subsequently plans to ride off into the sunset after graduation, taking his future in stride, living life fast and driving faster. Drew will schedule all transportation for the Schmitty and Samurai's World Tours. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Drew Staley. Our next senior is Nathan Springer. He is joined by his good buddy, Cole Norton. Nathan is another 2-year member of the Bellevue University program after transferring in from Lane Community College. He has been an outstanding teammate, filling in admirably when called upon, as over half of his career hits have gone for extra bases. On March 10th of last year, he drove in 9 runs in a doubleheader, including 7 against Siena Heights. Nathan is working towards a bachelor's degree in business administration. Nathan plans to move back home to Hillsboro, working his way through Q School, to earn his PGA Tour card, where he expects to compete when not designing and building stages for Schmitty and the Samurai's World Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Nathan Springer. Nate Smith is our next senior, joined by adopted son Blake Crimpin. Nate is in his 3rd season at Bellevue after joining the Bruins from Blue Mountain Community College. He has registered a dozen appearances on the mound, and he has a 1-0 career record in relief. He struck out 16 batters for an average of 939 strikeouts per 9 innings. Nate is working towards a bachelor's degree in business administration. Nate plans to move back home and begin a career in banking with Mountain West Bank of Idaho. Outside of his 9-to-5, he plans to moonlight as the finance manager for Schmitty and the Samurais. Ladies and gentlemen, number 26, Nate Smith. Our next senior, Cade Sakamoto. He's joined by his parents, Brett Sakamoto and Michelle Sakamoto, and stepfather, Joel Camerad, along with brother Ethan. Cade is a 3-year member of the Bellevue baseball program after transferring in from College of the Sequoias, a dynamic 2-way player. He's made 24 appearances on the mound, including a trio of starts, going 3-0 and hitting .271 with 5 home runs and an .899 OPS in 61 games. He is a 3-time NSAA Scholar Athlete and 2-time Daktronics NAIA Scholar Athlete as well. Cade is working towards a bachelor's degree in health and human performance. Cade plans to return home to California to complete his teaching credential, working as a physical education instructor and coaching baseball by day. Cade plans to continue touring with Schmitty and the Samurais as the band's keyboardist. Ladies and gentlemen, hubba hubba, number 22, Cade Sakamoto. Our next senior, Kanta Kobayashi. He is joined by his girlfriend, Kana Ono. Kanta is in his 2nd season of one of the most decorated careers in program history, having earned just about every honor available, highlighted by his selection as a 2nd-team All-American last season. A career .425 hitter with an OPS north of 1,100, his name can be found all over the BU record books as he ranks among the all-time leaders in hits, runs, extra bases hits, doubles, triples, batting average, towards a bachelor's degree in sports management. Conta plans to continue his baseball career as a player before moving into other administrative or coaching roles within the game. He will remain with the Schmittian Samurais as their drummer. Ladies and gentlemen, number 15, Kanta Kobayashi. Our next senior, Alex Silicio. He's joined by his parents, Angel and Jeanette Silicio, brother, John Carlo, and sister Janelle. Alex is a 3-year member of the baseball program after coming to Bellevue from Southwestern College. He was named second team All-NSAA, in 2021, an honorable mention in 2022. With a 21-3 career record, he ranks 3rd all-time in wins and 7th in career win percentage. His 176 strikeouts and 198 innings pitched are good for 15th and 4th, respectively. Alex is working towards a bachelor's degree in business administration. Alex also plans to return home to San Diego and begin working in a corporate management role and serve as an assistant coach for the Chula Vista High School baseball team. Channeling his inner Colonel Tom Parker, he will also serve as manager for Schmitty and the Samurais World Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Alex Silicio. Our final senior, Connor Barnett. Joined by his parents, Jenny and Tom Barnett, and his fiancee, Natalie P. Lord, and puppy Annie. I don't see Annie. Connor is a 2-time first-team all-conference selection and was recognized as the NAIA's National Gold Glove winner in right field last season after leading the country in outfield assists. He has hit .374 and an OPS of over 1,000 during the course of his career. He ranks among the all-time leaders in nearly every offensive category, while earlier this season becoming just the 15th member of Bellevue's 100-100 Club for runs and RBI. Connor has already completed bachelor's degrees in both history and education and will continue to pursue a 3rd degree in criminal justice. Connor plans to marry Natalie in October of 2024 and work in the Sarpy County Sheriff's Department while working towards a master's degree in criminal justice. He will also serve as security consultant and coordinator for Schmidt and the Samurais World Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Connor Barnett. Congratulations, seniors, and thank you for your contributions to the Bellevue University community as well as the Bruin baseball program during your careers. We wish you continued success in all of your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it one more time, one more round of applause for your 2023 Bruin seniors.
Thanks once again to public address announcer Ray Quinn for emceeing our Senior Day ceremonies. We will be back with more baseball, the conclusion of this 4-game set in just a few moments. Right now, it's about 3:35, so a little bit before 4 o'clock. We will be back with second game of the doubleheader. Keep it right here on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network.